I'm sitting watching blood while it dries on my sleeve, thinking why does everyone I love die or just leave? And if I mean a thing, then why would you leave? My mind only sees the suicide side of things. At this point we can't relate if you ain't lost everything.
Okay, so what's up guys, welcome back to Westworld World. I hope you all are having a fantastic day. If not, I don't care. I'm just joking. If it's not welcome back, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Just a feeding video today, and I have to deal with some of my snakes. I went to the bathroom, normal stuff. But yeah, just gonna hop into it and I'll check you guys out. Okay. So Americans would tell me I'm in strike range of this East African forest cobra. But yeah, they went to the bathroom behind their water bowl. They usually like to poo in their water bowl, and you can check this stupid idiot over here. He's giving himself a nose rub. There's a 2-meter enclosure, but he has to try and dig through there. Have to sort that out, but it is what it is. So let's take this beautiful pair of East African forest cobras out. They haven't been too happy recently, and if you know my track record with forest cobras, you will know that I'm never lucky with them. And you know, if you listen to people on the internet, they would tell you that I'm full of luck. But yeah, these are, well, this is the biggest, longest cobra in southern Africa. They are super arboreal snakes, hence the name forest cobras. My girlfriend is sitting down, so I'm going to have to face away from you guys. They do have a potent cyto and neurotoxic venom that will shut your nervous system down within an hour if it's a bad bite, causing painful blistering and swelling. This is about a 1.8 meter.
I like my nervous system.
Okay, so as you can see, my girlfriend moved out the way so you can see it a bit more. This is about a 1.8 meter forest cobra. Beautiful animal, but let's get it. Hello. Hello. Oh my gosh. Okay, there we go. Stay. Exciting times, fam. Okay, so let's get the other bin out, and yeah, you can just stay filming. So yeah, these guys were thought to be a subspecies. I fucking thought I lost that forest cobra. I'm so heart attack. These guys were thought to be a subspecies of the West African forest cobra called Naya melanusia. That's the black ones that most people are familiar with seeing. The common name for this guy, as I've said before, is East African. Check how cute that is. The East African forest cobra, or the brown forest cobra. And you guys can see why. They have a brown pigment from the first sort of 2/3 of their body, and the last third goes from black speckling into a complete shiny black. But yes, these guys are native to South Africa, found in KZN, and they extend quite far on the eastern range of Africa. But yeah, as I said, they were thought to be a subspecies of the other forest cobra. There is actually 5 different species of forest cobra now. Hello. And I'm actually going to be getting one of those very soon. Hello, you want to bite everything and anything. Yeah. But yeah, so I'm going to be getting the big nastier cousin of these guys. And you guys can see how arboreal and strong they are. They are actually ridiculous to handle. If these guys were more aggro and more prone to biting, it would be an absolute nightmare to handle these guys. They are very reluctant snakes to bite, so bites usually only happen to snake handlers. But yeah, our polyvalent antivenom does cover this in South Africa, but you can see that they don't really want to play any games today. But you can also check how big these guys are. They are adult size, but these guys still have a lot of growing to do. Let's go. You get in there. Fabulous. Okay, so yeah, I've just sprayed down the enclosure, cleaned it up, just cleaned up the poo-poo, and then I'm going to put them back in real quick. Let's hope my girlfriend doesn't die this time. She needs to be a bit quicker with the reactions, so that he also doesn't shoot out. Hey, you're quite calm, aren't you now? These guys are very cage defensive, from what I've seen. But once they're out and about and know that you aren't going to hurt them, they're usually fine. They're usually alright, but you can hear that hiss. That is another warning sign. Besides, obviously, the typical Cobra is to hood up and make themselves look as big as possible to try and ward off a perceived threat. But stop trying to. You can see how big and beautiful these guys are. Absolutely love to reverse. So let's just get it straight into here. And you have a fantastic time, darling. Okay. Beautiful Cobra. But one point. We don't need COVID in this fucking shed, okay? But yeah, they're about 1.8 meters. They are a breeding pair. This guy is hooding up. I think he was actually just trying to absorb what he thought was the sun. Yes, darling, I'm going to move it away from you now. But let's get this brother out. Don't you come out. Wasn't speaking to you. But yeah, so these guys, again, are adults, but they have still a lot of growing to do. They can get to about 2.8 meters in length, which is a huge specimen. Might be getting quite a big brother quite soon. But yeah, one of my favorite species of snakes in the world, forest cobras are. Okay, so next up I need to take out my baby neotropical rattlesnakes. One of them has busted out of a shed. You can see over there, it looks like a full shed, but I do have a pair in here. To be a pair. Two pairs. The one hasn't taken frozen thawed with me yet. Probably is used to live, but check how beautiful they are. This isn't the one that just popped out of shed. This is the one that hasn't taken a meal with me yet. Beautiful little South American rattlesnakes. Absolutely gorgeous. He's getting a bit pissy at the moment. He actually wants to bite, so I'm not going to mess with him too much. Especially with him, well, him or her being the one that hasn't eaten yet. This is the one that's been powering down meals, and you can see how much brighter this guy is compared to its sibling. Yes, yes. You can see how it's targeting me there, and you saw that strike there. You can see with those heat sensing pits, those big things in the front of its face that look like nostrils are heat sensing pits that help this guy hunt at night. And you could see there that he was sensing my infrared radiation through this glass. He's focusing on me now, and you saw him strike at me there as soon as I touched his there. You can see he's focusing on my hand there. You can see that he's also, don't go closer than that, he's lining up for a strike. You can see that's a classic S position that these rattlesnakes go in. They usually also tuck their rattle up right by their face, and they use that as a distraction. But from what I've seen, I'm not an expert with them. Obviously, these are all captive bred. The South Americans don't usually rattle. All the Cascabel sort of things, they don't typically rattle as much as the Easterns, the North Pacific, and the Mojave, all of those ones. You can hear that little buzz, buzz, buzz. Look and listen to that. He is not having it today. Ooh, look at there. That's what the typical rattlesnake pose is. You can see the rattle over there, cocked back, ready to go. This guy means business. You can see as soon as I move where his tongue flicks go, they follow my hand. But now he's locked in. So let's be a bit careful. Camera women, also be a little bit careful. And let's be safe. Here we go. Should I tell him now? Definitely take a tag out of me. He's an absolutely gorgeous animal. Love him. Yeah. You can see he's calmed down a little bit now, but as soon as he picks up my heat signature, he starts to rattle again. Obviously, you can see how tiny this guy actually is. I'm about 6'8". He's about, what, 2-3 centimeters off the floor. So you can see that I'm just a giant infrared like fireball to this guy. So he obviously thinks that I am a threat, and he's trying to warn me off I'm big, venomous, and scary. So yeah, beautiful. Well, You know he's venomous. He's trying to show us how big and scary he is. Even though he isn't. But yeah, beautiful animals. That's such a cute little rattle. So I'm going to clean up the enclosure and I'll get back to you guys soon. Okay, so cleaned up the enclosure. Not really. Spot cleaned it. Took out the shed. But you can check how beautiful they are. Well, my girlfriend told me to turn off the lights, so you can't actually see how beautiful they are. But let's pull them out. Madam, keep your hands and toes and fingers and everything in the ride. Stay strapped in because this guy likes to fly off the hook. It happens. I don't like dealing with baby snakes, and this is also why I don't like double hooking and things like that, because it almost leaves you zero control over the snake. But this guy's going to fall again. These guys, these heavy body snakes are very, very delicate, so I mean, if you try and limit that, but what I'm going to do is be not so sensible and use a hex armor glove like a pussy, because I don't really feel like dying today. But yeah, so let's get I'm wearing a Paris cap, but I don't support France, just saying. But this Okie is getting a bit temperamental. I don't necessarily want to take a bite, even with these hex armor gloves on. The one in the corner is just chilling. Okay, let's get you up. So these are said to be bite resistant gloves. I also don't want them to bite each other, but obviously bite resistant, not bite proof. With baby snakes, I am fairly confident, especially, well, not especially, even with vipers, I am confident that these gloves can and will stop a bite. Ooh, a little bit of a, I think he's focusing on the heat from the light because my girlfriend put on the torch. But I don't want to stress this guy out too much. I do need to do more handling with him so he realizes that I'm not a threat. And he's not so twitchy and aggro and gets so stressed out when I handle him every time. He's growing like a little weed still with his rattle going. Beautiful animal. I never used to like rattlesnakes that much. Maybe the Arizona black rattlesnakes is the one that I really enjoyed just because of the way it looked. But yeah, I mean, I've actually thoroughly enjoyed keeping rattlesnakes in my collection, even though I wouldn't tell an American how to handle them properly. Yeah, so this one I can probably free handle, but I'm not going to. Nah, you can still see as soon as I move my hand it focuses on it, but I also don't want it to drop from such a high height, so I'm going to just get it straight back in. Gorgeous animals, absolutely stunning. But yeah, what's cool about these guys is that they actually have a potent neurotoxic venom. And I think some studies show that the juvenile snakes actually have a different venom compared to the adult snakes. So through time, their venom actually develops and changes, which is actually pretty cool. I don't know if that's with the neotropical rattlers in specific. That's the Gratalis staricis, but some South American rattlesnakes do that. But these do have a neurotoxic venom. Okay, so I have, I'm going to be taking out my Mozambique spitting cobra real quick. That's why I'm looking like a hipster weirdo. Again, you can see why I'm all about safety on this channel. I'm just wearing normal blue light protecting glasses. I mean, you can see all the protection I have. So, yeah, wish me luck. But my Mozambique spitting cobra is on the other side over here. And it has popped out of its shed and it is looking gorgeous, and I also need to clean up. So there you coming out over here. Look at how beautiful that animal is, coming out all the way over here. Absolutely gorgeous. Yes, you want to spit, but don't. Check how awesome, beautiful this animal is. Absolutely gorgeous animal. I have to be very careful. It gets spooked by the weirdest of movements. Like all cobras, these guys focus on movement, and especially with these shadows in the dark, they are way more likely to get spooked. And even though this guy isn't an arboreal cobra per se, it is very, very agile. And obviously, you wouldn't want this potent cytotoxic venom anywhere near you. It's a mix of cytotoxins and neurotoxins, so similar to the, well, it's actually not similar at all to the forest cobras, but it will attack your nervous system and will cause severe pain, swelling, blistering, and sometimes necrosis. So not a fun bite to take. Beautiful animal though. Just going to get it straight into the bin and clean up its enclosure. So I cleaned up. I'm actually very surprised. He had almost a full shed. This is a very old Mozambique spitting cobra, so when snakes age, you sometimes have an issue with shedding. Like old Dickus over here, I've never got a full shed from her, but you know, she always manages to get it all off, but it comes off in chunks and pieces. Let's get this guy out without getting sprayed full of venom. Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy with how far the snake has come. If you guys want to go back in my videos, you guys can see when I first got the snake. It was very skinny. It looked like it would have been a rescue because it has a few broken ribs or just someone mishandled it. But now you can check how thick and beautiful this cobra is, and even the colors of this guy have just been shining through. It's absolutely stunning. I love this guy. He's super calm most of the time. I mean, he still swings back as you see, and then that's what I was talking about, movement. He spotted my boot there, got a fright, and he almost flipped back over himself. But yeah, hardly ever splits. Are you just going to go straight back into your closure? It's almost like I trained him. Okay. There we go. Beautiful animal. Actually grown to love spitting cobras. Most people hate them because they think that, well, there is a possibility of getting an allergic reaction to continuous exposure from the venom. But, you know, I just don't care. I'm way too lucky for that to happen. So yeah, I'm going to move on to some feeding. That's going to be the end of the video. Cool. But yeah, I'm going to feed this Oki because he has wanted to come out the whole night. So let's see if he wants some food. Eh? Or do you just want to be a bastard your whole life? Again, I think I said at the beginning of the video, I need to fix, and oh, there we go. Hey, bit of an aggressive bite there. You can see at the front of his nose there, he's starting to open up some nose rub. So I'm going to have to basically baby-proof his enclosure because he's being a bit of a tit. It's not bad. His rostral scale is that first scale at the front of his nose that you guys can see there, and is the reason why they're called snouted cobras, because they have quite a big rostral scale. But yeah, you can see it's a bit pink. It's not worn down. It's not cut all the way back. It's still alright, but it's something that I need to address pretty soon. But yeah, I still have a few more rats. I'm just going to offer it to maybe the other one at the back there. Seemed a bit interested. But this one isn't shed. He didn't want food last time. But let's see. Do you want some food? Do you want a little snacky snack? Yeah, no you don't. But yeah. If you guys have been following for a little bit, you can see how big these banded snouted cobras I've got. I got these from little wee juveniles and I've been growing them up ever since. He's poking his head back out. They're so cute. They're actually one of the more relaxed cobras in my collection. Even though they still take bites out of everything, as you guys could see clearly there. But yeah, beautiful animals nonetheless. You can check there the front fixed fangs of an elapid. Awesome. Wouldn't want to be on the receiving end of that. Even though they're small, can end very badly. And I was talking about this in the last video. This is what trained feeding is. So basically, with snakes that are a bit more difficult to get onto food, once you get them to slowly walk their jaws down the one rat, you can slowly offer the head of the other one. And most of the time they just keep on going like they haven't finished the first rat. So it's a good way to feed up your animals, especially those picky eaters. Okay, so this is going to be the last snake of today. Don't blink here, guys. You might miss it. This is the fastest striking snake on the planet. The Australian rough-scaled death. Boom! Look at that. Fucking awesome snakes. And you see that twitching like motion? Let me just maybe wiggle the rat a little bit more. They sort of twitch their head, and that's how they work that venom into them. But there is a pair in here, a little baby pair. I just need to find where the other one is. He should be good. Probably won't drop. I think the other one is right here. I see where it is. But yeah, obviously these guys are ambush hunters. They live in Australia, hence the name Australian Death Adders. And there you can actually see their defense display. Look at how flat this guy is going. Let's see if he wants some food. This one is a lot smaller and hasn't taken a meal with me yet. But let's see. They might have been used to live. So yeah. Let's see. You're trying to drink water, fam. You have a water bowl. Let's see. Yeah, he's drinking off of this. You absolute weirdo. Okay, come. It's a rat. It's a rat. You're just interested in water. Okay. He's interested in water. Are you okay? Sorry. Okay, so just before I leave, well, end the video, I'm gonna fill up their water bowl and then I'm gonna offer them some water, because obviously he doesn't want food, he just wants to have something to drink. Hey, come here. Awesome little guys. There you go. There you can see him drink. Absolutely beautiful animal. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching today's episode. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. And as always, I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.